Stage directions are simple. Some place, some way from the palace. Remember, Bank was out riding and enter 3 murderers. Not assassins, but murderers. So the connotation of the word murder itself means that the person or their victim is innocent. Yes, not an assassination, but a murder. So there's 3 here, it turns out. So there's 2, and then there's a third. But who did bid thee join us, Macbeth? He needs not our mistrust, since he delivers our offices that we do have to do to the direction of the join. And it gives us a little insight here. Or does Macbeth trust the murderers? No. And later on, we see that he basically keeps a servant feed in every castle. He keeps an eye on things. And here we get a sense of Macbeth's paranoia. His paranoia and mistrust, because he gets a third murder to come along. And it's really very telling. Okay. And stand with us, the west yet glimmers with some streaks of day. Now spurs the late traveller apace to gain the timely end, and near approaches the subject of our watch. Now, here we've got the idea of the sun going down in the west. Okay, the west glimmers, some streaks of day. They're waiting for the fall of night. Okay. And back in those days, to be out at night was quite dangerous. People did not want to be out. All right. You were safe, like if you were near a castle or a village, but outside, well, that's where thieves and brigands lay. And so there's a chance that you may be waylaid and murdered. Okay. So in a way, people would have been aware of this back in Elizabethan times. Okay. There were certain places you didn't go at night. And that's why the witches, when they meet, is unnatural, because people are not out on a heath in the middle of the night in a rainstorm with the thunder and lightning. It doesn't happen, you know, and yet there it is. So here we've got them waiting. Now spurs the leaded traveler apace. People are going kind of really quickly to be back to the inn where they're going to stay, or back home where it is they need to be. And then hark, I hear horses. Give us a light here, ho. Banquo comes in. Then 'tis he. The rest that are within the note of expectation already are in the court. Okay. Now you got knowledge there. So Banquo is the only person out, so it can only be him. They know because everyone else is at court. All right. Dunsany, almost a mile, but he does usually, so all men do, from hence to the palace gate, make it their walk. Now again, the third murder obviously knows, has inside knowledge of Banquo and what he does. All right. So, but he does usually, so all men do, they understand that when they get to within a mile of the palace, they dismount their horse and they walk with it up to the gates. All right. Enter Banquo and Fleance. A light, 'tis he. Stand to it. It will be rain tonight. Let it come down. They set upon Banquo. Oh, treachery, fly, good Fleance, fly, fly, thou mayest revenge. Oh, slave. He dies, Fleance escapes. Who did strike out the light? Was not the way. There is but one down, the sun has fled. We have lost the best half of our affair. Well, let's away and say how much is done. Now he says here, the best half of our affair. Okay, that means that we have lost Fleance. He's the one really that Macbeth wants to die. Okay, because when he does that, he changes the witch's prophecy. And this is very, very important. Okay. He wants to change the witch's prophecy. So on one hand, he believes in fate, but then he also is kind of caught between the acts of free will. He believes in fate. And again, we've come into that idea, that conflict. Okay. And we get that conflict between free will and fate. Okay. And that is the end of that scene.